Hello, third grade friends. We are getting ready to dive into our next lesson today. We are on problem set number 4 of module 3. So if you want to go ahead and get your materials ready, I do not have the page this morning that has our lesson objective on it. It was not on my slide to print off for some reason today, but if you look at our problem set for today, especially at this side over here, what do you see? What do all of these equations have in common? We are multiplying by 6, right? So our I can statement for today is I can multiply by 6, and I can count by 6. So here is where our skip counting songs come in really handy today. If you listen to your skip counting song, Counting by Sixes, they're right on YouTube. The one for today, the 6th song, has I believe it is a dancing turtle. So that's a pretty fun one to listen to, and it's a good catchy beat. So I'm trying to think. No word problems today or anything, so we don't really need our highlighters. So pretty simple today, right? We just need our problem set and a pencil. Okay, so name and date on your paper. And before we start filling in this right here, I want to just do our count by. We can put our count by of our 6s right at the top of our page because that will really help us, and we can look back and refer to that as we work through. So if we are going to do our 6s, so I'm going to kind of do like a slow motion of our Counting by 6 song. So we've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. And if you know this song, it kind of like takes a pause there, and we do that a few times. So will you do this part with me? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. One more time. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. And then we kind of go after that. So we do 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. There we go. So let's do this whole thing starting back at 6. Ready? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. One more time back at the beginning. Here we go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. So we can use that count by to help us with our lesson today. If we look at the directions for number 1, this is all part of number 1. And it says skip count by 6 to fill in the blanks. Match each number in the count by with its multiplication fact. So if we look at this side on the left, here's our count by. So we kind of just did our count by right up top here, but we can fill this in as we go too. So do these look like they're in order? They do, right? They're in order. So we can fill these in as we go because it's starting with 6 and it's ending with 60. And the numbers are increasing as we go. So yes, it definitely looks like it is counting by 6s. So we fill this in. So we're at 6. What goes right there? 12. Good job. 6, 12, 18. What goes there? 24. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to start right at the beginning. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. What goes there? 42. Good job. And we can look back at our count by too if we're not sure, right? So we've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 60. What goes right there? Okay, if we're not sure, we can look right up here too. After 48 comes 54 and then 60. So our missing number right here is 54. All right, so what we're going to do now, and I'm going to do a few with you, or maybe about half with you, and then I'm going to send you off on your own to finish the front of this, and then we can come back together for the back, okay? So if we look, we have, we're going to solve these on the right-hand side, and then we're going to connect it. We're just going to draw the lines to connect it to the product on this side. Remember, when we multiply, the answer in a multiplication problem is called the product. So we're going to match the product to the problem. Okay, so first of all, we have 9 times 6. And for 9 times 6, I'm going to say equals. We can count by 6s since that's what we're working on today. We can count by 6s 9 times. Ready? So we can use our count by up top. We can use our count by at the side, right? So I'm going to kind of look at my count by if I need to. And then I'm going to kind of just use my fingers just to kind of keep track as we go. So I'm going to count by 6s 9 times. Will you do it with me? Here we go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. Stop. So we did it 9 times, and our answer was 54. Good. So 9 times 6 equals 54. Good. And then we know our answer is 54. So I'm going to take this and take it right down. What do we think? Pretty easy peasy? Okay. The next one is 6 times 6. So we're going to count by 6s. How many times? 6. Ready? Get your counting fingers ready. So I just like to use our counting fingers when we're doing this because it helps us to keep track of our skip counting. So eventually you may not need to. Maybe you don't need to at all right now, but it just kind of helps to keep us all together too. Ready? So counting by 6 times. Ready? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. So what's our answer? 36. Good. And as we're doing this, yes, I'm doing this on the screen so you can watch that, but you can also, if you are not sure of your 6s yet, you can be looking at the count by and just count that right aloud with me as I'm counting on the screen too, okay? So I don't want you just to try to say it after me. I want you to say the chant with me. So feel free to look at our count by this way, horizontally or vertically. Okay, so we said our answer here was 36. So there we go, 36. The next one is 4 times 6. Now we can count by 4 6 times. We definitely have worked on our 4s quite a bit, but since today our lesson, our I can statement is that I can count by 6s, I want to count by 6 4 times. Okay, get your counting fingers ready. Ready, here we go. 6, 12, 18, 24, stop. So what's our answer there? 24. Good. So I can connect that. So 6 times 4 is 24. All right, and then 7 times 6. What am I going to do for 7 times 6 to solve this? I'm going to count by 6s 7 times, right? Okay, so going to count by 6s 7 times. And again, I can use this up here to help me because I'm going to get ready to send you off on your own to do some of these. Okay, so if I'm going to count by 6s 7 times, I've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, right? So there's my 7. And then if I count by 7 or 6s 7 times, that puts me at 42. So it equals 42. And then I find 42 over here and I connect. 2 times 6. I'm going to count by 6 2 times. 6, 12, right? There's my 2. So it's going to equal 12. And then I connect. Okay, so go ahead and finish up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did half of them together. So finish up the other half on your own and then check it as soon as you're done. And then come back with me and we'll do the back together, or we'll get started on the back together at least, okay? All right, so pause your video and go ahead and finish up this front on your own. Okay, so if you are back with me, let's finish checking this front real quickly. So 1 times 6, we should know that automatically, right? Anything times 1 is always the other number. So 1 times 6 is 6. And then I'm going to connect it all the way up top. How'd we do with that one? Good. All right, 3 times 6. So we're going to count by 6 3 times. Are you ready? 6, 12, 18. So it equals 18, and then I'm going to connect to the 18, right there. Okay, 10 times 6. So we're going to count by 6s 10 times. Okay, and we also might know the trick, right? That when we multiply by 10, what can I do to this 6 to find my answer? Just add a 0, right? So anytime we multiply by 10, I can just add a 0. But since we're practicing counting by 6s today, let's count by 6s 10 times. Okay, here we go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. So it equals 60, right? And the same thing. So we said we multiply by 10. I can take that 6 and then just add that 0 on there, and that gives me 60. Did you get that one correct? Nice job. 5 times 6, so we can absolutely count by 5 6 times. But today, since we're working on our 6s, let's do our 6 5 times. Ready? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So our answer is 30. Connect it. Did you get that one too? Good job. And the last one, 8 times 6. So we're going to count by 6 8 times. Ready? I'm going to look over here as I do it this time. Go down. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. So my answer is 48. And connect it. How did we do, guys? Good? Alrighty. So that song, the more we practice, should be getting easier and easier. And maybe you have been practicing it, so you're feeling really good about your 6s. But eventually, if you're not already there, you're going to know these facts so well that you won't have to sing these songs at all, and you'll just know your facts. But these songs will definitely stick with you. Right now, my daughter is in 7th grade, and she still remembers these songs from when she was in 3rd grade. So they're definitely catchy. Okay, flip it over onto the back, and we're going to try number 2 together, and then I want you to test out number 3 on your own. Okay, so for number 2, it says count by 6 to fill in the blanks below. So we're just going to do our 6s. Ready? And let's actually stick our count by up top here again. So will you fill this in with me? So we're going to do our count by right across the top, so we have it here as well. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So I'll let you get caught up. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Good. Okay, if you need to pause it to finish that up, you can go ahead and do that. And now I'm going to go back to number 2, which says count by 6 to fill in the blanks below. So we have this here for us if we need it. So we've got 6, 12, 18, 24. And then that's where we stop. So it says to complete the multiplication equation that represents the final number in your count by. Well, here's the final number in our count by, right, which is 24. So we want to complete the multiplication equation to match our count by. So it's 6 times, and it's 6 times because we are counting by 6s, right? 6 times what? Well, how many 6s are we counting by? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 6 times 4 equals, and our equals is going to be the final number in our count by, that's the total, equals 24. So when we count by 6s 4 times, we get 24 for our answer. 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, and then it says to complete the division equation that represents your count by. When we divide, what number always comes first? In any division sentence, what number always comes first? The total, right? So in this case right here, if we're looking at our multiplication sentence, what is the total? 24. So it's 24 divided by 6 equals, what goes there? 4. Good. Because I'm just using these same numbers, and I'm in that same fact family, right? So 24 is my total. I'm dividing by 6, so my answer would have to be 4. Good. So I would like you to pause the video and do the same thing on this side for number 3. So finish the count by, write a multiplication sentence to match the count by, and then a division sentence to match your count by, and then check back with me, okay? And go. Okay, so if you are back with me, I want to fill in our count by. We'll see how we did. So we can use our count by right up top there. So we've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. How'd you do? Did you end up with 42? Good. All right, and then when you filled in your multiplication sentence, so 6 times blank equals blank. So 6, because we're counting by 6s, times, let's see how many times I'm counting by 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did you put 6 times 7? Good. And equals, our equals would be the total and our count by what we ended up with, and we ended up with 42. Give me a thumbs up if you said 6 times 7 equals 42. Nice work. Okay, and then for your division sentence, what did you put for the first number in your division sentence? Did you put 42? Good, because 42 is our total, right? So 42 divided by 6 equals 7. How did we do? Did you get it? Good, and if not, that's okay, because we know that mistakes help our brains to grow, as long as we are paying attention to our mistakes so we can fix it next time, right? All right, let's look at number 4. Number 4, put your finger, your pencil right on Mrs. Burns, and will you read this with me? Okay, here we go. Mrs. Burns' class skip counts by 6 for a group counting activity. When she points up, they skip count up by 6, and when she points down, they count down by 6. The arrows show when she changes direction. Fill in the blanks below to show the group counting answers. Ooh, this could be kind of fun, right? So when it points up, we're going to count up by 6. When it points down, we're going to count down by 6, okay? So first of all, we're going up. So 0, 6. We can use this above if we need to. So 0, 6, 12. 18, we're still going up. No, what comes next? 24. And then after 24, we're going down. So if we're at 24, now we're going down. So then would be 18. And still going down would be 12. But then we're going up. So after 12 and going back up would be 18. If you want to pause it and finish this on your own, you certainly can do that, or you can stick with me. Just make sure if you're sticking with me that you're not just copying, that you're thinking right along with me, okay? So we're going up. So we have 18, 24, 30. What comes there? 36. And then we're going down. So we're at 36 and we're going down. So they already said 30, 24, and then what? What's under 24? 18, right? So we're still going down. Oh, then we're going up. So we're at 18, 24. Comes after 24 when we're going up. 30, 36. And then after 36, still going up is 42. 48. Good. Okay. Let's look at part B. Mrs. Burns says that the last number that the class counts is the product of 6 and another number. Remember, product is the answer in a multiplication sentence. Write a multiplication sentence and a division sentence to show she's right. So 6 times blank equals 48. How can I solve that? I can count by 6s until I get to 48, right? So let's do that. We can use the count by if we need to. Let's try to start to get away from that if we can. We should have started to get this in our head already if it's not completely there. Ready? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, and stop. How many 6s did we count until we got to 48? 8, right? So what's my missing number here? 8. 6 times 8 equals 48. The lights just shut off on me in here. Put that light on the document camera. All right, so if 6 times 8 is 48, then 48 divided by 6 equals, what goes there? 8. Good. Are you okay with that? Good, and we're almost done. Number 5, will you read this one with me? Put your finger, your pencil on Julie. Read it right aloud with me. Let me hear you. Julie counts by 6 to solve 6 times 7. She says that the answer is 36. Is she right? Explain your answer. So she's solving 6 times 7 equals blank. She says the answer is 36. Is she right? Explain your answer. I circled the word explain because explain means that we need to use words in our answer. Okay, so we can't just say yes or no because this says, is she right? So yes or no, and then we need to explain why we think that. So to see if she's right, we're going to count by 6s. How many times? 7. Are you ready? Get those fingers ready. Here we go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. Ooh, so 6 times 7 equals 42. So let's fill that in. Is Julie right? No. So how many, so we know that 6 times 7 is 42. She said it was 36. So to get 36, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. So to get 36 for our answer, how many 6s would we count? 6, right? So to get 36, she would do 6 times 6. So is she right? No, with a capital N, comma, 6 times 6 equals 36. But I'm going to stick another comma there. But 6 times 7 equals 42. Period. Okay. So no, comma, 6 times 6 equals 36, comma, but 6 times 7 equals 42. Okay. So there is, we said, is she correct? Is she right? No. And then we explained it with words and equations to be able to solve that. What do we think? Okay, so remember our lesson objective today was that we could skip count by 6s. Did we do that? We sure did, right? Our whole lesson today was skip counting by 6s. We're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to work on our 7s. So that's one of my favorite songs. So make sure that we are working on our skip counting songs and listening to those because those will greatly help us as we work our way through these lessons. Super job today, kiddos, and I will see you tomorrow.